Shalom, shalom, shalom. Sorry about that. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praise to the Most High. Giving thanks to the Most High. Thank Him for our Messiah, the Ruach. All praises. And thank Him for waking me up. Thank you for waking y'all up. And time for us to get it in. Y'all Dakota put this link in the chat. All right, shalom, shalom, brother.
Shalom. Shalom, blessings. What's going on?
Ready to get it in. Shalom, shalom, Yash.
What's going on, brother Yash?
What's going on, bro? I put the link in the chat. Yeah, Yash, you in? Shalom, Yash. Can you hear us? Can't hear you.
Yeah, shalom.
Oh, there you go, shalom.
What's going on, shalom?
Oh man, I just
read the chat. Go ahead.
Let me get myself together real quick.
All right. All right, brother. If you want to, you can greet the chat. Shalom to y'all. And we ready to get it in. Y'all see the title. Will the so-called black people be excluded from the world to come, part 2? So, can't hear you, Yash.
You muted out.
You muted out. Can't hear you. So, will the so-called black people be excluded from the world to come to part 2? Y'all see the little thumbnail put up there? This guy said that his people built America, y'all. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I seen the thumbnail.
Yeah. Yeah. The backstory, he's putting on that his people built America, right? Even within this world that we live in today, we actually somewhat was excluded from this. I mean, of course, we came over here as slaves, around the world as slaves, but we're not, kings and queens. We're not in the ruling class, what I'm saying. So right now, this next world, the way it looks that they hate us so bad. I was looking at a Christian pastor and a lawyer. He's a Christian. I was looking at him earlier, and he had posed the question, why do white people hate black people? And y'all ain't gonna believe this, but his main reason was it's because of greed. And I'm like, greed? Said, yeah, because they are so greedy, they want all the money. Man, they got all the money. What is he talking about? We ain't got no money. He said that's the main reason. And I like, wow. So Christianity believe that's this guy, he believed that's the main reason why white people hate black people, because of greed, money. Oh my God.
I wouldn't say that's part of the main reason. I would say, greed, envy, them coveting after what's ours, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of along the same line.
Yeah, I disagree, because we got their faces on the dollars and they able to get what they want. It's why I remember a video I seen. White lady said they had moved into an area, right? And the area they moved into, they wanted to get a house built, but they haven't even started working. He said, she said that the bank gave them $100,000 loan without nothing. She said, ain't no way there been a black person that would have did that. So my thing is, I could see that being the ish people because they the one do got the money, but you know, for as a whole, of course, we got some black millionaires now, but we know when we look at the industry as in basketball or actor, they can't go but so far, right? Now, I would say that from the beginning, like in 7 AD, when they stripped those of everything, yeah, I would say it then, but now I don't know. I just look at that as I can't really look at that as a whole because a lot of black people don't have the money to be greedy. I mean, for them to get from. But you know, when we do build something, they do tear it down. So yeah, you're right. Since as in what's that? Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. When we had that bit, had them city up there in Tulsa doing good. Yeah, I can see them getting greedy and mad and jealous, and yeah, they did do that. So okay, but my thing is, what I think one of the main reasons that white America hate black people is they know who we are and they know what the end's supposed to be. That's what I think. But you know, yeah, some people they want to be us. Yeah, I think they hate the. I think they hate the melon too that we got. Got to use this sunscreen. But yeah, but I'm gonna play a video. But at first, I'm gonna greet the chat. But anything else you want to say, brother, about this greed, about this guy saying why they hate black people so much, white people?
I mean, it's you can name a lot of different reasons why, but it ultimately stem back to who we are.
Yeah.
And even if they don't fully understand that we the people, it's one of those things like when we step in the room, everybody know it's something about us, and they know that they can't be what we are. They can't do what we can do, even though we at the bottom, you know. And as far as the money part, they call us liquid money. You know what I mean?
True, that's true.
And we are the number one consumers in this nation. So it's not that we don't have money. It's just that we don't have nothing central within ourselves. We don't have a heritage or nothing to where what we do we can put back into that. Everything we do and everything we need has to go outside of us. So we making the money is just not meaningful because we don't have nothing within ourselves central to hold ourselves together with.
Do you think also with that they stop us from becoming, owners like franchises like football, like franchise? You know how it's so hard for us to buy them. I think is it Jay-Z or somebody got one? But what I'm saying as a whole, ain't it so hard for us to be able to even, like Bill Cosby was going to buy NBC. We know what happened to him. I think that that's so true. We have somewhat money. We are the ones that bring the money back to other people, but we don't bring it back to the community like we was doing it in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's so true. But also, I think it's so hard that they don't want us to buy a certain franchise and build up our community. And I think also too, I'm gonna say it's some of our brothers and sisters that are rich and want to do something for us. I'm not talking about Oprah, but I think that the powers that be won't let that happen. I think they play. In other words, I think that some of these brothers and sisters want to do something as in their community only for their people, but I don't think the powers that be would allow that to happen. So going there, also this next question, and it goes on with the title: will the so-called black people be excluded from the world to come? Do you think we were somewhat excluded from this world by being slaves and ran down, Jim Crow, and all that's around the world? What you think, brother?
I think to say that we were excluded is somewhat of an understatement.
Mm, mm.
I mean, especially if we going by what the scriptures say. You know, he said you're going to be brought down very low.
Mm-hmm.
Then he talks about how those he called the nations that we wanted to be like our lovers, and he said that they would forsake us, and he said that none would say restore. And so and that's why we always talk about with salvation, why are we worried about other people's salvation when we the ones who need to be saved? They're not worried about us in any other facet in life, economically, socially, spiritually. They all make sure that we at the bottom, but you know, they want to monitor everything we do at the same time. You know, that's why they won't let us own franchises, and even beyond that, they won't let us make connections with brothers and sisters in other parts of the world so that we could create a pipeline of imports and exports and that kind of thing. That's why it's such a bad connection between us and the brothers and sisters on the continent of Africa and in the islands and everything. It's because they don't want that connection to be made.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Oh, that's exactly right. And when I see him think about it, I'm like, man, it's almost like once you have a talk about these things, right? And then you think over it, sometimes you get that light bulb like, like, wow, this is exactly what they doing to us. And this is
Hey,
exactly what you said, huh?
but it's to add to that too, it's like they don't mind our people having a bunch of money, as long as that money don't transition into lasting wealth, generational wealth. That's what they're trying to keep us from: owning land, owning our own businesses, and pretty much controlling our own destiny. They want to keep us from that.
True, true. My thing is this too. I see up next said we don't know who really is an Israelite on the continent. Oh my gosh. Well, we know Mexicans ain't. But anyway, my thing is this. I think it goes back to Psalms 83. Everything. I'm gonna read just a little part of it. First part of Psalms 83. And I think it plays a big part in um, this world and the world to come. Because if they did it then, do you think they're gonna try to do it again? Matter of fact, they're already trying now, right? They want to keep us slaves. That's what they want. They'll say, well, to get rid of them, but actually they want to keep us slaves. You're exactly right, Yannick. Yannick, I put the link in the chat if you want to come in. They want to keep us slaves. So Psalms 83, I'm going to read a little bit of that, and then we're going to look at this video. Not look at all of it, but it's not long. But it's going to give you an insight on why do the whole world hate us, man. And the reason I'm talking about the whole world and talking about white America is because last time we was talking about the ish people, we know they hate us, right? So, before that, let me greet the chat.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I'm surprised that question was even asked, because it's usually the other way around.
What's that?
Especially when we start talking about what we go through.
Yeah.
and point out the people. They ask why y'all hate white people so much, you know.
The thing is, if you want to be honest, and a brother come up and say they hate them, they have a whole lot of reason to. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is why they hate us. What reason they hate us? You know, I don't know. But you're right. It's a one day and ask that question. All right, Shalom, praise him. Says my inbred ancestors built this country. That's exactly what that thumbnail that guy is saying. I'm like, wow. Micaiah, Yasharal, shalom. This is going to be good. Yeah, let's just get into it. Johanna, 1 King 9:5. Then I will establish the throne of thy kingdom upon Israel forever, as I promised to David thy father, saying, this shall not fail thee, a man upon the throne of Israel. That's right. Run that back, Turbo. Shalom. Yanakota, shalom. I'll put the link in the chat. Oh, there you go. All right, there y'all go. Shalom. I'm greeting the chat now. I was just saying shalom to you, Yanakota.
Shalom, what's going on, family?
Tyson rolling. Shalom. Let me see. I think that's all who make posts. Oh, she Ibri Yah. Shalom, sister. Let me see who else. Up next, shalom. All right, up next now. I know you're gonna be bringing this up. Pensalola, shalom, sister. There you go, E.T. You see the link, E.T. You want to come in? Come on in. There you go, dozen 12. You bringing it. I like that post you did on your channel earlier today. I like that dozen 12. Let's see. Pride of Judah. Shalom. Informative Liberia. Shalom. Gibrane, shalom. No, I seen somebody else. Shalom, Regina. So y'all can go ahead and greet the chat. Y'all see the title? See what we're talking about?
Shalom, chat. Shalom, what's going on? Yeah, I peeped it. You see what I was posting in there, right? Like, I think a lot of our people forget one inevitable fact. Why we all, because I listen to the Pan-Africanists, I listen to cats like Umar, all of them cats, and they all say the same. Oh, well, economically, we need to pull ourselves together because we have a bigger spending habit than everybody else. I'm like, look, first of all, these white folks invented the money game. You want to know how I know they invented the money game? Because they print their own money. Ain't no winning that game.
That's why I just said. Yeah. Go ahead.
And point number 2 is we are captives being oppressed in the land of our captivity. Not in the land of your wealth and prosperity, in the land of your captivity. Show me in any history book, anywhere, where somebody who is a captive and being oppressed is comfortable and doing well. A nation that's comfortable, but they comfortably oppressed. Does that make any sense?
We are.
You hear me? We over here looking at, oh, well, we can buy our way out of this situation. If that was the case, we'd have bought our way out of this situation back in the 20s. Back when we had not 1, not 2, but over 100 Black Wall Streets. We had the money then.
Mm-hmm.
You buy our way out when how you buy your way out when you were just in slavery? You know what I'm saying?
wondering why these folks is looking at us. They looking at us crazy. They like, oh yeah, we got money, free us. And they looking at us like, yeah, no, we just gonna raise the price.
Mm-hmm.
And every year you get the money, we're gonna raise the price just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. So next thing you know, you comfortably stuck.
Mm-hmm. Fact.
You know what? I think these conversations would be nice to have a Christian person on there and see what they're coming up with. I would like to hear that because I think that this is one way, which I hope it ain't too late, but I think this is one way we can see our people within these religions agree with us. If they don't, well, then again, I don't know. I was just watching, what's his name? That dude that debated us on Salt of the Earth. What's that dude's name? The slow guy, the crazy, what's his name? Oh my gosh. Remember the one I debated about the 400-year prophecy. What was his name? You know what I'm talking about, brother Josh?
Which
No,
one?
unforgettable.
That guy I
That
debated.
He was unforgettable.
What's his name? He's kind of
His
slow.
name was forgettable, but the person.
What's his name? The little slow guy, the guy, the Alton Johnson.
Out.
Oh my gosh. He over there talking about should we throw away the black Jesus or keep the white Jesus? Because of what, the outcome, what Russia putting out. Russia is saying this is our oldest description, y'all. What is wrong with our people? But Josh, you got something you want to say? Go ahead before I go to this video.
Yeah, nah. You know what? Go to the video, man. Some of our people are just lost in the lost cause, man. Some of our people just.
Hey, brother, you got something you want to say before we go to the video? But this video, I'm gonna play a little Dante Forson, but it's pretty good. It's not long at all, but it ain't just white America, but guess y'all, it's the whole world that hate us. It's crazy, man.
Now let's go ahead and get it, man.
All right, let's go ahead and get it. Fair use, y'all. Fair use. Oh, get to play.
They must tell you that if I was going to use any bias, it would be towards finding only information that proved us to be Hamites. But it was in the course of me doing unbiased research that I found these sources and came to this conclusion. So let's look at another source, and I want you to ask yourself something. This is from the U.S. Department of State.gov. Foreign Relations 1969 to 76. This is official U.S. documentation. This is a memorandum to the White House, Washington, Tuesday, January 28, 1969. Memorandum for the President Henry A. Kissinger. Subject: U.S. options in Biafra relief. So this memorandum to the president, is it bias? Would the Secretary of State, Henry Kissinger, right here, Henry Kissinger, is from Henry Kissinger. Would he be trying to prove to the president that black people are Israel? Would that be his bias? Because some people will say the sources are biased. But then we have to ask, what would be the motive of Henry Kissinger telling the president what he is about to tell him in this memorandum? Is he lying to the president? Is he being sarcastic? How does this line up with what we have seen so far? You have to ask yourself, would he lie to the president and put it in a memorandum? If we come down here, let me see, I went too far. All right, right here. Biafra, 3,000 square miles, 4.6 million. Colonel Ojukwu, 35, British trained, erstwhile playboy, presides over the popular support and military morale of a people convinced that defeat means extinction. Didn't we read that? That they didn't want to be annihilated, so they kept moving. And so now they're pushed to the coast. The Igbos are the wandering Jews of West Africa. Gifted, aggressive, westernized, at best envied and resented, but mostly despised by the mass of their neighbors in the Federation. They have fought well by African standards against heavy odds. Their cynical public relations use of starvation has been brilliant. Where the Igbos, Nigeria, in that same area. Now, many of you who have done your DNA test, you know you have Nigerian ancestry. So why would Henry Kissinger in a memorandum to the president even reference the Igbos being Jews? Well, for the same reason all the other sources that we've seen reference people being Jews in that area and taken into slavery. The same reasons the prophecies say that Judah, specifically Israel and Judah, but Judah would be taken into slavery. Israel would be scattered worldwide. A nation as swift as the eagle flieth would come upon them. But let's look at a prophecy that has been removed from the Bible, one reason or another. In the Septuagint, this book is included. It's the book of Baruch. And Baruch was Jeremiah, the prophet Jeremiah's scribe. And so the book that he wrote was included in the Septuagint, but for some reason it's excluded from the 66 books we are given that is known as the Bible, or the King James Version of the Bible. Now, if we come to the book of Baruch, chapter 2, in the King James Version, as you can see, I'm at BibleStudyTools.com. This isn't any biased version of the Bible. It does include Baruch 2, and you can read these free online. If we go down to we can start reading here. It says, therefore the Lord hath made good his word, which he pronounced against us, and against our judges that judge Israel, and against our kings, and against our princes, and against the men of Israel and Judah, to bring upon us great plagues such as never happened under the whole heaven, as it came to pass in Jerusalem, according to the things that were written in the law of Moses. So we're going to keep going, but we get down to verse 21, and we see an interesting thing start to take place. Thus saith the Lord, bow down your shoulders to serve the king of Babylon. So shall you remain in the land that I gave unto your fathers. But if you will not hear the voice of the Lord to serve the king of Babylon, I will cause to cease out of the cities of Judah and from Jerusalem the voice of mirth, the voice of joy, the voice of the bridegroom, the voice of the bride, and the whole land shall be desolate of inhabitants. But we would not hearken unto thy voice to serve the king of Babylon. Therefore hast thou made good the words that thou spakest by thy servants the prophets, namely, that the bones of our kings and the bones of our fathers should be taken out of their place. And lo, they are cast out to the heat of the day and to the frost of the night, and they died in great miseries by famine, by sword, and by pestilence. And the house which is called by thy name, let me back up, and the house which is called by thy name hast thou laid waste, as it is to be seen this day, for the wickedness of the house of Israel and the house of Judah. O Lord our God, thou hast dealt with us after all thy goodness, and according to all that great mercy of thine, as thou spakest by thy servant Moses. Now remember, he was Jeremiah's scribe. In the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, if ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves, and they shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord.
Man, I had my mute button on. Did y'all hear that part? Hello, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm over
Yeah,
here
we can
trying
hear
to say something to y'all, and I don't realize I had my mute button on. Did y'all hear that part right when he said, when he was reading it, and it was like the house, right, was has been destroyed in the book of Baruch, right? Y'all heard that part when he was reading the book of Baruch, which I know y'all just Second Baruch 2:30, right? And it says the house has been destroyed. The reason I say that right there, either that was during the time when they went to Babylonian captivity or during our time. You see what I'm saying? When it's reading right, because it said the house has been destroyed. And I was wondering, was that during Babylonian captivity time? Just something to think about. But this is the thing. They said we wake up in the land of captivity. During the Babylonian captivity, they knew who they were. Right? Do y'all agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
So was Baruch, was this is a prophecy at the end? Because we know they know who they were. What y'all think, Josh? Y'all Dakota? Can y'all hear me?
Yo, yeah, I'm here. You said what now?
Now, when Baruch is in Baruch 2:30, he's reading that, right? He's reading past 30, whatever. He got to a part where it says that house has been, literally destroyed. Talking about, temple, right? At first, I was wondering, was it talking about the temple as in the Solomon's temple, or is it talking about the second? The reason I say that is because during the time of when we was in captivity in Babylon, I believe we know who we were in Babylon.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
I mean, Baruch went into captivity into Babylon. So he was there. He was there when it happened. He was the scribe for Jeremiah.
So he couldn't have been talking about Babylon when they said we should wake up in the land of captivity to remember ourselves, right? It had to have been a prophecy there. I'm saying.
Right.
Matter of fact, it sounds like he was reiterating what Jeremiah and Isaiah and them had been saying before the captivity of Babylon, when they said, know that for a surety that Judah and Israel shall go into captivity. And it is in that land that they will remember themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's all he really saying. Because they didn't forget themselves in Persia. They didn't forget themselves in Babylon. They almost forgot themselves during the Greek captivity, almost, if it wasn't for Judah Maccabees and his brothers. But no, we've always known who we was up until this captivity, when we were physically and literally forced to discontinue from our heritage.
So I think it's talking about what we're doing today, right? But I played that video to say that when you look at even with the You know, Dante do a lot of Cambridge research stuff like that, and it's showing. Shout out to Dante for that video. But when you look at that and look at the Igbos and the surrounding areas of Africa, that they agreed that that was taken into slavery, and a lot of us come from there. I mean, that right there tells to who we are as a people, and I think that's why a lot of people around the world hate us. You know, even though their kids might not even know. I seen, like, this is not too long ago. I seen on YouTube where like a 7-year-old boy come to a little black girl's house with a stick in his hand, calling her a nigger, bring N-word, banging on the door. You know, I mean, perpetual hate at that age. You know, it's sad. And then when they went to confront his parents and tell what he was doing, his father pulls out a gun on the black daddy. Yeah, this is really ridiculous. This is at an early age, how that much hatred, how they want us to be excluded at an early age. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was young, we didn't have to go through that with a little boy now, a little white boy. Little white boys was our friends. They were scared to do something like that. Now, the ones that was teenagers, they would chase us and put a stick out the window and chase us and call us N-words and everything. But we didn't have to go through that with the little kids our age. So what y'all think about having a perpetual hate that trying to exclude us from the little child? And when you're looking at this video showing who we are as a people.
Well,
I think that scripture train for time and the way to go should not depart from it.
Say that again, Yannick.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even realize this mic was on.
Okay. I was saying something, but check it out. It's a crazy night, but check it out. But even with all their that's what they do though. Even with all their teachings, like I was watching that thing on the eclipse where they was talking about anyway, they give you their breakdown. I don't know, but one of them was they looked at the number. I think it was Psalms 111 or whatever number. I'm just saying I'm throwing a number out there. I don't remember exactly. And then they did the how good it is for brethren to dwell in unity. But the other one they did, one of the other numbers, and whatever psalm that was, they said it stood for war. They're thinking like, could civil war be coming? So but they will never tell you the truth. Like when they say how good it is for the brethren, to be dwelling in unity, who do they call brothers? Who are known as brothers? Since I was a little brother, we was always known as the brothers. So they won't tell you that this eclipse is something good for y'all. It says you brethren something's gonna happen that's gonna cause you brethren to dwell in unity. But for us, it's prepared slaughter for our children. They calling in the National Guard, closing down schools, telling people to stock up for food for 3 days. And then they said, okay, so they said they've been recording this eclipse for a long time. And the last time it appeared, before this time, one of them X-type clips or whatever, it was the 1776, the Revolutionary War. And they said they've been doing it for a long time. So it goes to show you these people were looking at the stars, plotting our overthrow, and then how to keep us down once we are overthrown, all the way up to today. And if you don't want to believe them, look back what happened in 1776, and after that, we've been ruling the world. See, they ain't gonna tell you this. So I'm sitting back watching these things happen, these signs and stuff, and I'm sitting back and I'm enjoying the ride, man. Every day I'm looking at something happen to them. I'm calling up my people and we just laughing about it. We taking joy in this situation because they're afraid. Talking about it's going to pass over 7 towns called Nineveh. So they think they got 40 days. I'm looking at things, I guess, crazy now. A different light. I'm sitting on the outside looking in, man. He said, when you see the sign of the Son of Man coming in heaven, he said, look up. But he said, and lift up your heads. Look up and lift up your heads. That's what we supposed. So yeah, they dismayed Jabroni, but he said it's time to hold your head up high. So I'm taking joy in their fear. He says, I'm gonna laugh at you when their fear comes. I'm laughing right along with it.
Hey, y'all. Brother, did you already go? I don't know, but there's something you want to say on this about, we knowing who, of course, we know who we are, but the whole world do, and the whole world hate us. That's why I play little Dante Force. You got this guy trying to represent us back in '69 and saying that these Negroes are the Israelites to the president, right? So the whole world know who we are. I think that's one reason why they hate us. We know the people that want to be us hate us. Now we know the other people that enslaved us hate us. Now we know the rest of the world hate us. Why? I mean, this is the thing. How in the world, if you read in this book, right, how can you know who we are and hate us? This is crazy, but I don't know.
Hey,
Okay.
no, I was just gonna say, I think I don't think it's that they know who we are. I think it's certain people who do, the elites and things of that nature, the people doing all the research and putting all the pieces together and keeping information back. It's through propaganda that the rest of the world hate us, how they propagate us. It's because they know who we are. Now they control the media. They control, the narrative of how we are projected. And so they project us a certain way to the nations to cause the nations to hate us and to feel some type of way about us. But they know who we are. And that's because they know who we are that they trying to turn the nations against us to make them hate. But it's all part of the plan, though, ultimately.
Nah, they know who we are, but they don't want us to know who they are.
It's a combination of both.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a combination of both. That was what?
They don't want us to know who they are.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I might be able to land it back on this. Anybody, all these Gentiles have had enough time. And when I say Gentiles, I'm going to go ahead and be specific. All these heathens, okay? All of these heathens that had their hands on our scriptures. They didn't have their hands on our Kodesh books. And they read them books. and they know what them books say, and they know what's gonna come, and they know that our Elohim is the real Elohim, the creator of heaven and earth, and they know there ain't a damn thing they can do to stop it. So this perpetual hatred that was set up by Esau has spread like a disease throughout the rest of the world. Why? Because he got them to be confederate with him. The whole time breaking the brotherly covenant. What was the brotherly covenant that Esau had? He was supposed to look out for us. They were supposed to be our defense. That's what Daddy said. That's what Isaac said. He said, you shall protect your brother. He did the opposite. He cast off all bonds of fellowship when it came to us. All bonds. And he got the whole world to hate us with a perpetual hatred. How'd he do it? They say, Yanakotha, how'd he do it? He laid with every last one of them. So all of the people got him in it. And if they got him in it, then they got his hatred in it. And that's how you get a perpetual generational hatred. These white folks don't even know why they hate us. They just do because it's in their blood too. We too busy trying to be friends with everybody. See, we was the ones that ended up with amnesia. We was the ones that forgot who we was, thus forgetting who they were, thinking that they are our friends, forgetting that they are our enemies. Enemies, not your friends. Well, I know a couple of them that's cool. I'm not speaking French. They your enemy. I know a whole bunch of enemies that I've been to war. I have actually been to combat. A lot of them was cool, but guess what? They not cool when they shooting at you. Zion need to stop being so damn friendly. Oh, well, we cool, man. They be all right. They didn't know. That same ideology got us in this mess. That same stupid ass thought process. Oh, man, they cool. We'll let it ride. We let it ride, man. Don't even sweat. No, that's what got us in this foolishness. We ended up bowing down to their gods. We ended up building gymnasiums in Jerusalem. For what? We didn't have gyms. Meanwhile, you got black people today, what? They can't go 4 or 5 days without going to Planet Fitness. Even though where you show me in the Bible where it said we were supposed to do that. Show me in the Bible where it said we supposed to be out there lifting weights, being all dressed half naked up in that gym. We cannot lay down the ways that
you set everybody up on that.
Hey, man, that's it. And if they don't want to believe me, go and read First Maccabees.
No. I understand what Maccabees say.
Yeah, he did. They say that we built gymnasiums. When they said that, we didn't need gymnasiums. We got swollen, we got built, and we got strong from working the land. We didn't need gymnasiums.
Yeah.
See, what they don't understand is these ancient Greeks, they used to get together, oil themselves up, get butt naked and wrestle around and be lifting up weights and carrying on.
Still weak.
They go your Greco-Roman wrestling.
In the Olympics.
They still have it in the Olympics.
Yep.
No, that was some foolishness, perversion going on. That's all that was. And we daggone joined, our people joined in it.
So what is that verse, y'all? Y'all know it in the chat. It says, "Don't join in with them," right?
Yeah,
so
hand in hand.
We trying to get excluded from the world to come. Why would we join in with the heathen? That's pretty good. I never thought about that, Yanakota, and I have to say, I'm guilty of that. I never looked at that like that. That's pretty good. Like I said, word is a word, and that's what people need to do. You guilty, just say you're guilty. Lord, turn from me. Now I'm gonna get my $34 back a month.
I hope all of y'all do. Go and get your money back. Tell Platinum Fitness to go on about their business. You ain't got to worry about being on none of these internet, Instagram people's doggone thing for being a creep. Stay behind home. You want to get swole, do some push-ups in your living room.
Yeah.
I got weights here. I just did to get my bench for my cousin. So
You know, go out there and start chopping wood. Watch how swole you get from just doing that.
Shoot.
Do some what?
All kinds of stuff out of the woods where them people live at. It'll swell you up quick.
dozen 12. Can you put up that verse on we shall not join with them? Could somebody put
Look, go do you some wax on, wax off.
That's so
Right?
true. That's
But-
so true, right?
I feel exactly that same way, Yannick. I sat back and said, wait, am I saying this? Because I feel the exact same way.
So let's look at Isaiah 13:15 says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Yep. So you don't want to be standing next to them. I don't want to be standing next to them if I'm at work.
There's another verse about making
the other side of the property.
there's another verse in Isaiah. I think it's verse 18, right? Talk about don't make no covenants with them.
Yeah.
I see if they are willing to. We read in Psalms 83 how they made it, tumult.
Yeah, they went into, they got their own thing going on, man. We can't, you know what I'm saying? They ain't renouncing that. They just up there, I'm willing to do this and willing to do that now. But they be lying.
This is a good one up next, y'all. We are set apart. So why would the Most High join our enemies to us for their salvation? Make it make sense. Yeah. And that's something how everybody always talking about, they can get salvation, our enemies. Maccabees, there you go. 1 Maccabee 1:1. Those days when there out of Israel wicked man who persuade many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from what? Them, we have had much sorrow. Woo! Thou shalt make no covenants with them, nor with their gods. And we bring, this is a clear cuts right there. Echo praise will say the same thing. There should be no covenant. So now, Brother Eric, I know that verse used to bring out about that if we marry them, make covenants with them. Now we can understand if we got people talking about we're gonna be excluded from the word of God. How you gonna make covenants with them? How you gonna be with them? That's a touchy subject, but guess what, y'all? The truth is the truth. Let me tell you something. Israel, whenever your brother or sister brings something out that you didn't know, if it's in scripture, just take it to the chin and say, oh man, I'm guilty of it, just like I did. You see how most of people get mad and upset. For what? For what? So
they say reproof is love. That's how you know you love your brother.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even know. So
I looked at that scripture where it said, envy not thou oppressor, and take on none of their ways.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got to take a strong look at us, especially us here in the United States. Here in the United States, I can't even speak on all the rest of our brothers and sisters that's south of us in the Caribbeans and in South America and Central America, because they was at least allowed to keep a little bit of themselves. Look at us. We got women running around here wearing blonde hair. We got dudes running around here wearing blonde hair, even though our scripture tells us what blonde hair means. That means you unclean, right? But we over here acting and talking and speaking like them. We going to their universities, getting indoctrinated by them. Then coming out, we the only people in the world that can go to a black university and come out Greek.
That's how confused we is. I would say that's our praying the most out. If he don't come and get us, man, we doomed. Or we're gonna lose a whole generation.
But Paul said,
Yeah, but Paul said,
Doesn't dwell.
generation.
Yeah, no, I was going to Mac and Nick. Awesome preset. Okay. Yeah, I see y'all talking about that Dante Force. Yeah, he's known to blocking people, y'all. I'm just stealing some of this stuff, y'all. I understand that. I know y'all. They were like, he blocked me. I heard him. I see him in the chat. But the next question up, right? We know what the enemy is out to do. They asked to exclude us as the beginning, and they did a good job the first time. So this time, according to prophecy, it's not going to happen, right? And so my question is, do y'all think, according to prophecy, what we read, that they're going to be able to do that to the ones that's waking up to the truth?
I think absolutely not, because the scripture says in that time and at the end time, those of us that are waking up, our teeth would be like sharp, or like they will be sharp, razor sharp. In other words, we'll be that ones to be like, we're not going for that foolishness. We
Right.
understand what they saying. We understand how they trying to come at us. But if it don't say anything of thus saith the Most High, or thus saith Yeshua Hamashiach, or it's not one of the direct quotes from out of the Bible or out of the Apocrypha, we ain't dealing with them. Why? Because it's foolishness, it's recklessness, it's deceitful, it's a stumbling block.
Wow. So what y'all think? According to prophecy, what we read in the Bible, what we see what's going on. You know, the 400-year prophecy, we know good well that didn't fail us. You know, now you got everybody jumping on the bandwagon about the 400-year prophecy, y'all. That's crazy. But anyway, what y'all think, Yash and Brother Eric? Y'all think that we're gonna be excluded?
Go
Go ahead, A.
ahead. You can go ahead.
I can say in their mind, yeah. That's why they got to keep. They'll give you half of the truth. They'll give you just enough. Just like I said when we got taken out of the land, and Sennacherib bringing them people from Babylon, Ava, Cutha, and all them places. And what happened? The lions started eating them up because they didn't know the manner of the land. And they sent our people down there, they taught them, and they did just enough. They did just enough to stay in that land. And that's how they do with their teachers. They teach you just enough to get hooked on to their belief system. But they ain't going to tell you it's about you and it came from. They dance around that, even up to this 400 years. Got the nerve to say it's them. And I was saying, even when they get in the kingdom, when they come to present their gifts to the Most High, they're gonna just be doing just enough then, just to make it to another 1,000 years and try to overthrow us again. That's how deep his hatred is. That's how deep it is. When he say forever, he meant forever. His hatred so deep that he got to teach the whole world to hate you. He got to make you believe that his way of seeing things is right. And he'll reward you handsomely for it. And then he'll give some of our people a temporary reward. And then after he's done with them, he's going to bring them down to shame. You know, he'll even do that. That's how dirty and evil and wicked and nasty he is. Even the ones whom were duped enough to help him against us, thinking they doing right. And after all that duping that he done on them, He'll bring them to shame in front of all of us. They deserve it, but they still one of us. They deserve every bit of it to be brought down in shame, but by us.
All right, brother.
Yeah, I agree, man, 100% with that. I think one of the most important things for us to see is that the Bible is letting us know what's on these people's minds, in terms of, how they feel about us, how they, in their minds, the Most High has replaced us with them. And we have this inclusive mindset about everybody, while everybody deep in their hearts have already replaced us and did away with us. So the Bible is clear on that, and although we should be wise, and harmless, we should see what's going on, whether a small matter or a big matter, we need to be informed. And the Bible is even telling us about their plans. They have plans for us. I think it's in Proverbs where it say he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that they cannot perform their enterprise. So they got things planned for us that we don't even know. But the Most High sees it all. And just to quickly echo what y'all was saying, Brother Yash was saying, I always say, man, if the Bible is not true, then we screwed as a people. We up that creek without a paddle, for real. If the Bible is true, if prophecy is not true, the scriptures are not true, then we don't have no hope at all as a people. We are at the mercy of the very people that the Most High scattered us around, or that we are around and subject to. I'm gonna put it that way. Because according to the Bible, the Most High scattered us. But if the Bible is not true, then we screwed.
That is so true, y'all.
But we ain't screwed. They are. Because
Indeed.
it is true.
That's why I said that, because that's our only hope. You hear a lot of people say the sky ain't gonna crack open. Ain't nobody gonna crack the sky open and come down. And I'm saying that I'd much rather believe that than to believe that all of us just gonna snap into it and come together. And what is that gonna do anyway?
People are scared to believe I'm talking about in Israel, they know the Israelites. For some reason, they scared to believe in what we call angels and everything. You notice that? Act like this, you say, an angel, they don't believe in that. Not all, but some Israelites, that's the way they act. And we ain't talking about aliens like little green men, but that's the way they act. So, yes, I want I believe there be more belief in the sky crack, and then we just coming together. I mean, the way it looks, we so separated. Even though at the time of what they think was going to happen with the eclipse, we still separated. I'm gonna play one more video, and that'll be it, y'all. Y'all got anything before I start this video?
Yeah, I was going to give a little scripture out of Proverbs chapter 10 and 23.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna start at 22 actually, but it says Proverbs chapter 10 verse 22. It says, "The blessings of Yahuwah makes one rich." I'm gonna say this again, y'all. The blessings of Yahuwah makes one rich, and he adds no pain with it. So if there was pain that came with your richness, it wasn't from the Most High. Verse 23, to work out wicked schemes is like a sport to a fool, but wisdom is for a man of understanding. So I'm saying this, Israel. We know our people have been in this land with these people who scheme to do wickedness against us and yet hide their hands and hold themselves not guilty.
Zechariah.
You did what I'm talking about. Be wise, Zion. Be wise. Be wise. Call wisdom your friend. You feel me? That's what it says in Proverbs. You're supposed to call wisdom your friend and understanding your beloved one. Or I might have said that backwards, but you see what I'm saying? We're supposed to act wise, not just with the scripture, but with the people we deal with every day. These heathens that we go to work and look in the face every single day. You wake up, you're in a good mood, you go to work, and next thing you know, you see that heathen, and next thing you know, you in a bad mood. Why? Because you let that foul, evil, wicked spirit jump over their ass onto you. And now you we got to exercise wisdom. We got to exercise understanding and knowledge in this day. That's all I'm saying.
True. That is so true. Hold on, y'all. Fair use, y'all. Fair use.
Narratives. In this video, we will explore the reactions of Black Americans to Putin's revelation and take a look into the implications it has on religious discourse and historical understanding. So join me as we take a look at these videos. I will be right back.
Vladimir Putin just told his entire nation that they now serve Black Jesus. Stop what you're doing, download this video, and share it on every social media site you can find, because this shit just got crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of Russia, today we stand on the precipice of a monumental revelation, a moment that redefines not only our understanding of history, but also the path forward for our great nation. In an extraordinary discovery hidden beneath centuries of lore and legend, we have opened what can only be described as the oldest vault known to mankind. What we found within its ancient confines challenges the very fabric of our beliefs and heralds a new dawn for our country. Within this vault, we discovered figures of biblical proportions, characters that many have read about, debated, and revered. These figures, preserved against the sands of time, reveal a truth that is as profound as it is transformative. They are all Black. This revelation, this undeniable truth, stands before us not as a contradiction to our faith, but as a testament to the diversity and unity that faith embodies. As your president, I see this moment not as a challenge to our beliefs, but as an opportunity to embrace a wider, more inclusive understanding of our history and spirituality. Russia, in its rich tapestry of cultures, traditions, and peoples, is uniquely positioned to lead the world into this new era of understanding and acceptance. From this day forward, let us proclaim our nation under the guidance of Black Jesus, a figure who represents not just the cornerstone of Christian faith, but also a symbol of the universal values of love, compassion, and brotherhood. This Black Jesus, whose likeness and history have been unveiled from the oldest vault, is a message to us all that divinity knows no color, that spiritual truth transcends race, and that our common humanity binds us more tightly than our different.
All right, y'all. Now, I don't know how true is that translation.
Right.
Just wanted to play it.
Yeah, you can't be trusting that.
Transition, color, and all that.
Because them people been knew that.
Yeah.
He said, oh, this is the greatest secret. That's to the rest of the world. He said, but our people been reading these books for ages.
My thing is, why they got the oldest paintings of the Messiah and his people? Why they got the old?
Because Cromwell destroyed them in Britain. The France, they got the France had their images destroyed during the revolution, and all throughout Europe they've been doing that anyway. But Russia, see, while all these nations was getting rid of, while all these nations was getting rid of the evidence, right? Because none of these heathen nations trust each other. You know, much less themselves. They don't trust nobody. So they just kept the evidence in case one day we need this. Mm-hmm. And when that day come, if they piss us off, we gonna let them know that we ain't down with this no more. And let the chips fall where they may. And that's why Europe is now saying Russia, that's why they're afraid Russia's one day going to attack NATO. See, because
Russia is one of the four continents.
Listen, because the real world order was all of us bind together to keep them Hebrews down. They had a Psalms 83 within the 83. There's levels to this 83. And now he said, and all he's saying at the end of the day is, and I don't even believe that translation was right, but still at the end of the day, all they saying is, we ain't no longer down with the program. Let the chips fall where they may.
Now this is thing. I'm waiting on this to come out, y'all. Y'all look at this. The Vatican knows. I'm waiting on the Vatican come out next. It's gonna
gonna come out because here's the reason why the Vatican won't come out. The Vatican won't come out because they're in cahoots with the Jewish people over there in Tel Aviv. Mm-hmm. See, if you go to the museum over there in Tel Aviv, the National Museum, it was the Roman Catholic Church who helped them dig up our ancestors. All the bones, you talking about the bones of Absalom, the bones of Solomon, the bones of Elijah, the bones of King David, and all of our kings. They raided every last one of them. Mm-hmm. Every one of them except one, the sepulchre of Abraham. They scared to go in there. Mm. They scared, they terrified. And see, what happened was back there in the day, there was the what do you call it, the Byzantine Empire. But see, Byzantine Empire was still ran by what they call the Holy Roman Catholic Church, but they split, and a lot of people don't know that the church split way back in the day. And Georgia, Turkey, basically Eastern Europe, is part of what is known as the Greek Orthodox Christian Church.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say, the Orthodox.
Now, mind you, Georgia, and I ain't talking about the state of Georgia, I'm talking about the country of Georgia over there by Turkey in them Caucasus Mountains. They have all of those paintings of black people or black Israelites. They've been putting that stuff out. Like they've been putting that out since the 70s and in the 60s. Is when Georgia and all of them, Armenia and all of them was putting out them iconoclastic photos of black religious groups. And it was just now up until recently that the Vatican and the Jewish people was saying, oh, no, that was just, the artist's interpretation. But then they wanted to say everything that Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo, basically the Ninja Turtles, these cats, they said everything they did was accurate, even though we know nothing they did was ever accurate. Hell, the Mona Lisa's not even accurate.
They try to say Mona Lisa was a man.
I'm gonna let y'all in on the secret. The Mona Lisa was changed into a woman. It was Caesar Borgia.
People sick. But
you mean to tell me he was the original Victoria's Secret?
Dang. And Victoria's Secret snitched on him. Because we already know that Caesar Borgia was a raging LGBT community. You feel me? And so was Leonardo. Da Vinci. He was that man's lover. You feel me? They was doing things, and it was not looked at different for them. Why? Because it's always been a part of their customs and culture. It's always been something that they done.
When we walk, brothers, we walk up to you, you know, what's up, brother? Give you a pound or something, you know, a quick hug or something. When they love you, they go all the way.
So y'all check this out. Y'all think that's a possibility? Look what Eric Tinsley put up.
Yep. And I didn't even never tie the two, brother E. Eric. I never even tied that down, man. You right.
Hey E, and I'm gonna let me back. Look what happened when he decided to let to snitch on everybody. They killed the internet. That same day, they killed the internet. People was losing their damn mind. Whole time he over there talking about something. Oh yeah, you know the Israelites is black, and they're like, oh well, he's the first one to say that. No, Hitler said that a while ago.
Word.
Hitler said that a while ago. He said that way back in the 30s when he went to Africa himself and seen the real Israelites.
Man,
After he had us in concentration camps and was gassing us and stuff. See, all of them stories that they talk about happened in Auschwitz happened in north coast of Africa.
Yeah. We were the original 6 million. And that's a fact.
These people done pulled the wool over our eyes for a long time. And then here's the crazy part. The United States went and got Israelites to free the fake Jewish people to take our damn identity. And we helped them do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was going to say, no, that's the nerve they have.
The complexity of it all.
And we helped them. Hey, drew up the lines for the land and everything. Ralph Bunch. We drew up them lines for them.
They say how we did that. The Harlem Hellcat fighters.
Because you know why? They can't do nothing without one of us. It was one of us who joined.
Cooking, gave them reparations too.
In Russia. They always need us to help them overthrow our own people.
Yeah, you're right.
So they can say
they're trying to get in our good graces because they know the switch is coming.
They know it's coming. Listen, everybody, if y'all feel that something's coming, that's because something is coming. It may not be on that day, but after that day, things ain't going to be the same. Just open up your eyes, sit back, and watch how the Most High is be turning everything around for us. That's what I expect. I'm sitting back every day watching something, and it's going to be something big for us.
You ain't know I was on season 3 of the End of the World already. I'm sitting back watching.
Yeah, now I'm sitting back. I'm not looking and expecting, waiting impatiently, wondering what's going to happen. Now I'm watching as it happens. I'm going to enjoy this show.
Putin said they all black. He didn't say they was Indian.
No.
He didn't say they was Mexican. He said they all black.
Look at the afros on these mugs. Look at the definition.
They didn't say nothing about no Mexicans.
No, not saying look at the definition of the afros on these mugs. Look at those braids. Hey, then you get to that picture where the angels is black and they getting thrust to the hell. Oh, never mind that. Move on that one. Look at him. You know,
I suppose that the angels is Mexican too.
Man,
you know what? We had a guy on the phone with us, went against Putin then because he said all the Israelites were black. I am not lying. And he's black too. Yeah.
Now, how is it we got a whole white dude over there in Russia and Georgia, pretty much all of them folks over there in Eastern Europe. Notice I keep saying Eastern Europe. They can all admit the fact that, you know, Israelites was black and that the people that's there is not who they say they is and they're not who they claim to be. Mm-hmm. But everybody else is stuck under this evangelical Christian movement where they think these people are the children of Israel and chosen people of the Most High, even though they ain't asked them for not one lick of proof. And it's funny because it shows exactly how learned these so-called Christians are, because you got folks like Hagee, you got folks like, what's that, Pastor Backshots, Creflo Dollar with his stealing behind. None of these cats will put two and two together to realize that Israel never had any descendant named, you guessed it, Ashkenaz. Not one time. You can go through all of the genealogy, you'll never see it. But they stand up there on TBN, they stand up there on every publication and network and try to tell you that these is the chosen people of the Most High, and they ain't produced not one lick or iota of any kind of doggone proof. Every last one of these asses was sitting up there in Eastern Europe, not spread to the four corners of the earth. They were spread to the four corners of Europe. Come on, man. Let's be real here.
Hey, yo. See, but they don't need proof. You know what I mean? They don't need proof. Listen, we the suspects walking down the street, man, we the only ones who I know get arrested for suspicion. They don't need proof. We the suspects. And I'm giggling, but the truth is, this is how you got to really look at it. Look at it for what it really is.
But you know what? This truth is so coming out, it's destroying the what they call them in Isaiah 66. When he said he's gonna cast out the rebel, that's what it's doing. It's destroying the rebels. You know, people around here lying, saying people that our people is not our people. It's destroying them too. And then they going against it because they ain't. Man, this guy gonna say, well, what's the date on them pictures? I'm like, dude,
what's the date on them pictures?
Yeah.
What's it to you?
Because he's mad. He's mad because they didn't show no
said, I said, man, you look at them style and clothing, you tell me the date. All you can say is, man, that looks like something in the Bible. All right, then.
He mad because they ain't showing.
Why you asking all these stupid questions?
Yeah. That's why they did. This is something. That's why they demonized. I remember when they said, and you know what? I don't know if it's true. I mean, he might be racist. I don't know. But he's bringing out the truth when it comes to us, because to me, he's a person really, I mean, he's just the truth, and he ain't scared of them. And a lot of people are scared of him. Brother Eric, what you got to say about Putin? What you think about the translation?
I mean, like you said before, what do we have to lose for saying that, or gain, for that much for saying? And somebody said, who was that? Somebody said Berean said that was AI. Them pictures was AI generated.
Oh my God! you know them walking around in the. Come on, man.
He may not have said it, but he did it.
You didn't say them picture was AI, man. Come on, man.
And like Brother E said, he rather just hold on to that or whatever. At the end of the day, it's like they don't even want us to have a hope. A hope. Like, damn, we don't even want you to hope. Got a problem with you hoping.
They joke on them. Life out got hurt. We wish they would triumph again.
Yeah. See, I hope come from the scripture. Everything else just confirming the scripture. You know, these these pictures that he showed is confirming the scripture and was true, and that's what I hope is in. So they they would have been good to ban the Bible or do away with it instead of trying to hold on to it. You know.
It's telling you that, and that's interesting. He said, what's that time, right? And it's telling you that it's the same time. It's the time of. It's showing you what happened to the pictures that them heathens took out of our scriptures, and then they inserted theirs.
Yep.
What time it is? He want to know what was the date on the pictures. It was that date. It tells you they did in the book of Maccabees, and now we see the evidence of the pictures that they stole.
Look at that, y'all. Y'all got any history on that?
Well, I don't know if did they just now do it, because if I run the history down on that, they a lot of that's made up. If it came from the Bolshevik Revolution, and unless they told them now.
I'm gonna ask y'all something also about these pictures. But do y'all think them pictures come from the 1500s, or do y'all possibly think some of them came from 70 AD?
It don't matter.
No, I'm just asking.
I think some came from every era. Some of them from the book of Maccabees. Probably that one with the picture of the angel shoving them devils, them white folk in.
Yeah, a year ago.
I think they started. I think those the pictures from the Maccabees, and they've been adding on to that collection ever since then.
I'm gonna hit y'all to some game. Those are the same pictures found in the same Bible that's in Ethiopia, written in Ge'ez.
Well,
it's the same book.
That too. Yeah, because they had to get from the gas in England. They just got it back about 12 years ago.
Because you got to remember, they said that these iconoclasms come from the 13th and the 12th and 13th and 14th century. That was the Dark Ages. You did what I'm talking about.
It was light for us.
You did. So that was the Dark Ages. That means we was in charge. We was the ones producing these things, which is why you can find copies that is all the way up there in Russia, going as far down into Ethiopia. Why? Because we wrote it.
Yes.
Well, look,
and they can teach the truth.
That means the possibility
they didn't do nothing.
Because I'm not mistaken, the Ethiopian Bible was around about 380. If that's the case,
100 years older than this shit.
Some of them, I can't say all.
But it's older than that.
Wow.
How is it going to be 800 years old when you got the book of Jasher in there, or the book of Enoch in there, and Jasher, and you got several other books you ain't even heard of in there. Books you never even heard of, they got up in there, as well as our stuff. They got us living in. We broke outside of that bubble now. We on the outside looking in.
You got anything on that, Brother Eric? You got any histories with these pictures? We might need to do some research on this, y'all. What y'all think? This thing pictures be really old.
Hey, Kadar. They taught us so much about themselves. We don't even need no research. We know what they did.
Mm-hmm.
We know what they did. You ain't even got to do no research, because all you researching in is the more into their lie. You got to look at all their lies and just sell it as it is.
It's a book. This guy was on the video saying it cost $30,000 showing black people as Israelites. Y'all heard about that? on
Man,
that
they
video.
had all these books, man. I had this book with it's probably that much money I had. It's gone. I wish I had it with all the not only the icons, it had everybody. It showed everybody, even the Vikings was black. This book was crazy.
Yeah, I just think it's all fitting for the times that we in. Like I say, you know, what do they have to gain, you know, for that?
They just trying to buy some time, E. They taking it one day at a time, but they preparing for it because they can
Yeah.
see. We feel something coming, like a change in the air, but they feel impending doom. We don't feel like we the ones who's gonna doom them. They feel impending doom. We just feel that things finally gonna. We know things is gonna turn around. We know we on top, and we know what it's gonna be about, what's gonna happen, what's gonna take. But we ain't thinking about that far ahead. We just experiencing. You know, it's finally. We know it's gonna happen. We can feel it. We can actually feel it. They can actually feel that it's over for them. And they're just going through the motions.
What's bananas is over there on Negroes Only. We already did. We talked about this on Negroes Only on the channel. And we got videos over there where it's talking about certain Bibles, right? And certain Bibles that were one price, and then after the awakening, they skyrocketed to like 8,000. We got some videos over there already. So y'all want to use that, you know, for the you know, the channel or whatever. You guys want to decide, want to bring that in for a topic. Yeah, we can use that as a reference point.
Having everything.
Doesn't
I'm
question
here.
Ethiopians are ham because they have stolen the information well. Everybody in Ethiopia ain't ham. Man, we got some of our people that's just like in America, that's living here or in, you know, Europe. We scattered everywhere. So everybody in Ethiopia is not ham. Because Ethiopia, remember, you got North and South Ethiopia too. At one point in time, the whole continent of Africa was called Ethiopia too.
Right. And not only that, he said, "Are ye not as the Ethiopians unto me?"
Yeah, so everybody's not Ethiopians that live in the area. Could the Ethiopians stole some of that? Yes, I would say they could, but everybody in Ethiopia is not Ethiopian. I think some of our people are there too. Because it says, what, from the rivers of where, y'all? Ethiopia, right?
Ethiopia.
Yes, Zechariah. That Zephaniah. I meant 3, right? I get them mixed up.
I
Zechariah.
think 2.
Huh?
I think it's Zephaniah 2.
Okay,
I'm
from
not
the
sure.
rivers of Ethiopia, so let you know some of our people are in Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm.
AKA Kush, for those of y'all that like to keep it politically correct. Because Ethiopia technically is the name of the entire continent. No, they had they had 3 names for it. One was the most popular name, Akabulan, right?
Oh,
The other one was Kemet.
It's Zephaniah 3. Yeah.
Zephaniah 3. Appreciate you, Nate.
Let you know that our people are in Ethiopia. Yeah.
All facts.
Close by.
Indeed. Hey, I'm gonna check out, man. I gotta make it happen in the morning.
All right. Well, nice having you on, brother E.
Indeed, man. Shalom, brothers. Shalom, everybody in the chat.
Shalom, man.
I know you be bringing it 12. I know you be bringing it. Yeah, I like to say shalom. It was good. I mean, you know, we know what the scriptures say. We're not going to be excluded. We're going to be the kings, the rulers. We know how Mashiach is our king, and he's one of us. So we're going to be kings and rulers of this next world. For Esau, it's the what? End, right?
Yep.
It's the beginning. We know we won't be excluded and we won't be no slaves. There's some of my people out here join with them. I hate it for y'all. you better get it right. You better turn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Christianity say you better get right with Jesus. You better get right. It's scary at devil. You ain't Christian. They say, oh, when Jesus come back. Jesus come back, y'all. You better get right. You better get right. You better stop doing things. I'm like, well, stop doing what? No, they don't tell you what to stop doing. They just tell you better get right.
Yeah, but to them getting right is you better not tell them niggas who they are.
You better start shouting in church and giving that big old tithe and money offering. That's what you better do. You do that, you right. You go to heaven. But what I'm telling you is that according to the scriptures, according to Israel for a whole, and that's who it's talking to anyway. We really need to get right with the Most High, with the Hamashiach. We got to receive his sacrifice and take it seriously. Yeah. And follow the statutes, laws, and commandments. That's in the scriptures. Not no boogeyman, y'all. You know how Christianity make the Messiah out of boogeyman. That's my last word. Y'all can have y'all last words.
Oh, go ahead, Yash. I'll go after you.
Oh, man. My last word is just like the Messiah said. He said, look up and lift up your head. And I emphasize on the part of lift up your head. No longer are we going to be, or we as a people, what shall I rather say, will be, he said, hold your head up high. If you looking up at that eclipse from that day forward, hold your head up high. If you hold it, look, you ain't got to walk around with your head in the air. Hold it up in your heart, but hold your head up high. He said, because your redemption is drawing near.
Hallelujah. And of course, y'all know me, I always leave it off on the same thing. Koheleth, or Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the entire matter. No matter what anybody else say to you beyond this point, Zion, hear our words and hear it clear. Let us hear the conclusion of the entire matter. Revere Yahuwah thy Elohim and guard his commands. For this is the duty of all men. And with that, I bid y'all a shalom.
Shalom, y'all. Don't forget the beginners channel, Negroes only. And what y'all have another one, Yanakota?
Sword and Shear, the nation, Hebrew nation.
Don't forget these channels. Go check them out. They brothers be bringing it. And I want to say shalom, and we are out.